Happy New Year. Great to have you joining us, including all of those who are joining us out of pure guilt because your New Year's resolution is to have more spirituality in your life. If that's the case, doesn't matter. It's wonderful to have you here today. And wherever or whenever you're watching, just, welcome to New Church Live, little 10 minutes of morning calm, just a way to get our day centered and thinking about things that are important, give us some little points to navigate by today. And today we're continuing on with the story of Noah's Ark. And today is where we're finally starting to feel grounded, where there's, again, like that feeling of being grounded. I love that word, right? Just grounded. Think about all the connotation of that word. Like just think about that word for a second, grounded. And the storm has passed. It's gone, last we were looking at the ebbs and the flows of it. And now the ark comes to rest on a mountain. And again, we see this story as a beautiful metaphor, not as literal historical truth, but as much more important as a poetic form of truth. And this is the line we're looking at today. This is from Genesis 8, verse 4. And the ark came to rest in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the Mount of Ararat, Mount Ararat. And Mount Ararat still exists today. So what is that like when the ark finally starts to rest on this mountain? Well, Emmanuel Swinburne, in his biblical commentary, which is canonical for us here in the new church, the Christian new church faith, speaks of it as being this new glimmer, this first glimmer of faith. There's this where it really starts to finally make a little bit of sense. And I'll read to you what he had to say about it. The new glimmer, the first glimmer that comes to the regenerate person, never comes out of a knowledge of faith and truth, but out of charity or service. So it's a fascinating line, right? It comes to rest on this thing. And it's not like when we start to get grounded, it's this big intellectual insight, this big intellectual aha. It's much more, instead of this big intellectual aha, it's much more an aha of the heart. It's much more an aha that we understand the heart has its reasons, of which reason knows not, as the beautiful saying goes, beautiful quote goes. And a quote I wanted to share with you is a beautiful one on kindness. So I start my mornings really early, and I start them on a long walk with listening to podcasts, taking notes for sermons. It's a great way to start the day. And this was a line that was really striking to me because it was beautiful. And this is, I'll read the quote here. Kindness is the only non-delusional response to life. Kindness is the only non-delusional response to life. So let that sink in for a minute, right? So obviously love is underneath kindness. And it's saying when we express kindness, that is the best way. If you're worried about your life being a lie in some way, shape, or form, really try to find your way to the genuine kindness of life. What is genuinely kind? And folks, you think about that, right? Like how reorienting that is. It's beautiful. It was interesting over the past couple of days, doing different things. And, last night got a chance to go to Longwood Gardens, this beautiful, beautiful gardens nearby, and got to see the beautiful lights there. And just watching the kindnesses of people, just the simple, basic kindnesses. People wishing Happy New Year. I was wearing a Penn State hat, yesterday, and a couple of people commenting about the game today, the Rose Bowl. In different places. I was not down at Longwood Gardens, but it was just interesting to really try to be open to what those small little kindnesses are, and how, again, kindness might be the only non-delusional response to life. If we're fearful, that can be a delusion. If we're angry, that can be a delusion. If we're actually like even overly euphoric about a certain thing, that can also be a delusion. I mean, I think our delusions get us coming and going. They get us at the highs and they get us at the lows. And kindness is this beautiful balancing, this beautiful place that kind of just grounds us. So if you're headed into the new year and you're feeling a little like unsteady on your feet or unsure or worried or concerned, fill in the blank where you might be, maybe just think of the simple practice of kindness today and think through. Like yesterday, I was thinking through when I heard this quote out on a walk. I was thinking, wow, it is fascinating how many other responses are based on a delusion somehow. And it doesn't mean that the facts change. Like the facts are the facts of something. But I think what what this author was talking about here is even with those facts, can we bring kindness even to the most difficult circumstances? Knowing that here are the circumstances. It may not change any of those circumstances. It may not bend life towards the better in terms of the factual things that are going on. And at the same time, it may well, and I think it will actually bend life to a much gentler place, a much more grounded place when we really just practice kindness, because so much of life are those things we can't control. But kindness, it's always in our control. We always have that opportunity to be kind out there into the world. So that's the thought for today, folks, is to try to look at that kindness, look at it, experience it, see it as again, as Swedenborg says here, the new glimmer, the first glimmer. I love that idea. Just that little bit of light on the water. I was out this morning, I was seeing the sun just starting to rise. Just kind of see that and see, oh yeah, so that little glimmer, the sun starting to rise, that little glimmer maybe on water. What's that all about? Well, it's really about this kindness, this sweetness, these things starting to move into our hearts and how they can look and how they work. It's good stuff to think about, and it's simple. It's simple, not easy, but it's a simple way to sort of hold life as we launch into the new year. So may we all set our default setting as we go into the new year with a default setting that says kindness. Just that simple. So, friends, that's my thought for today. Again, I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and wonderful New Year's Day. I know many of you are off today and enjoying a well-deserved day off, and may you just thrive with that as well. So, with that, friends, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little meditation. We're going to do a little prayer. We're going to do a little blessing, and then we'll say hi to folks on social media. So, way to get us started. If you're joining us here for the first time, we ring a little. Here it is. We ring a little prayer bell. We only ring it once. You listen to it until it stops, and that will help to clear your mind. Take a little breathing exercise as you do that. Then we will launch into a little scriptural meditation right after that from the Old Testament. So with that, dear friends, let's all get a big breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends. I hope you again have a great week. Looking out ahead of you. So let's take a quick little hello here to folks. All righty. Ready. Oh, we got a bunch of comments today. All right, so let's take a look here. Linda writes, "Good morning. Good morning to you, Linda. And that was super fun at the New Year's Eve party. Way fun." Sherry writes, "Good morning. Make it a happy New Year." Yeah, and I was telling somebody yesterday, Sherry. One of the beautiful parts about New Year's Day, New Year's Eve is that it's always this reminder of like, oh, we get to start again. This seasonality. Oh, I get to start again, which we always have that opportunity, but it just seems like a beautiful time to mark it. Gene writes, "Good morning. Back from taking the grands skiing at the lake. Beautiful family time." Oh, that is fun. That's fun. That's fun. I know that area well. Kim writes, "Good morning. Welcoming 2023 in a let's do this mode." That's good. We have a service this weekend on for teenagers, like spirituality in the adolescent years. Sometimes we do service with very specific age groups in mind, and that's this weekend. And one of the quotes, I was interviewing a pastor, and I was asking, "What's it all about?" He said, "This is a paraphrase of his quote." He said, what he wants all the teens to know that he works with is, you matter. Now do something with it." I thought, oh, that is good stuff, and very much an echo of let's do this mode. Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Paige writes, "Good morning. Happy 2023. Amen to that." And Mary writes, "First, do no harm." It's so true, right? And that's the Hippocratic oath for those of you who are unaware of that. But it really is like, can we just not do harm? And I remember the big aha for me was that if he's right, your parents always say, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That really didn't come true for me until I was probably in my late 30s. And that idea that I would be better off leaving a situation, even if I'm pissed, I'd be better off leaving the situation, not saying something, than thinking my anger had something to, something has had something good to say. Kindness, such a nice way to be and wonderful to receive. Grateful to my sweet cousin for her kindness yesterday. Love you, Tina. That's beautiful. And then Tina writes, "I think being kind is effortless. It's easy to show kindness if you have Jesus in your heart." Amen. You know what? And I love that. Tina, I love the way you said that, right? Like kindness actually does sort of have an effortlessness to it. It's not like we have to go out and push to be kind in the same way we might need to push to be courageous. And courage is a good virtue, but it doesn't take the same pushing that kindness doesn't take the same pushing that does. So very, very well said. I like that. All right, now let's just hop over real quickly for those of you who are joining me on my particular Facebook page. Oh, no comments on there. Everybody was over on the NewChurchLive one, which is great. All right, friends. Well, take care, and just wishing you just a beautiful day. And hopefully you can just see that new glimmer, that first glimmer in the new year. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.